In this brain starter, you're asked to fill in values for tangent at 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Now, remember that you can use the points along the unit circle and that tangent equals the y-coordinate over the x-coordinate. Pause your video now so you can solve for these values of tangent. At 0, the y value is 0 over the x value of 1, which just equals 0. At pi over 2, the y is 1, x is 0, which means this is undefined. At pi, you get 0 over negative 1, which equals 0. 3 pi over 2 is negative 1 over 0, which again is undefined. And 2 pi is the same as at 0, which is just 0. Now you may remember that pi over 2 was undefined, as was 3 pi over 2. Likewise, negative pi over 2 and negative 3 pi over 2 are also undefined. This forms vertical asymptotes in the graph. The other points we had were 0, 0, and 0 again. Now, the behavior next to those zeros generally goes up as you go left to right, and it approaches the asymptotes, both going towards negative infinity on the left and towards positive infinity on the right. Now we're going to graph tangent of x between 0 and 2 pi. The first thing we need to do is figure out where our asymptotes are. Since values are undefined at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, that means the vertical asymptotes will go through those. The other points we have are at 0, we're at 0, pi is 0, and 2 pi is 0. Now, this becomes a little problematic to figure out where the tangent graph actually goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a value in between 0 and pi over 2. I'm going to use pi over 4. Now, as you recall, pi over 4 is like 45 degrees, which means tangent there is a positive 1 for quadrant 1. So at pi over 4, our graph should be here. Now, this is important because it means that it goes up as it goes from left to right. And likewise, it'll follow the same general curve for the other periods. And then over on this one, it'll be the same general path. And that is how you graph the tangent function.